Today, we are diving into a super exciting topic: how to set up a Shopify store for your local grocery business. With the rise of online shopping, it's never been more important to have a strong online presence. And in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it can be. Whether you are a local grocery store owner looking to expand your market online, or maybe you are just starting out with your grocery business and you want to check all of your options, this video is perfect for you. Because in today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Shopify in the best way possible to build, run, and manage your online grocery business. Many people might not know that, but Shopify can be a perfect option for you to create your grocery online business. And I'm going to tell you why. First, Shopify is a super user-friendly platform, and literally anyone can learn how to use it. Second, Shopify has integrated inventory management. And with Shopify, you can manage your inventories between different locations, even between your retail stores and your online store. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this during this video. Third, and I know this is something super important for local businesses, with Shopify, you can offer local delivery and pickup options. And we are going to see how to set up these during this video. These two options are super important for grocery stores, so make sure to watch this part of the video. And finally, within the Shopify Themes store, you will find a theme dedicated for local businesses, and it's called Local. This theme is clean, simple, and easy to navigate, and most importantly, it offers features and sections dedicated for grocery stores. I have used this theme before with one of my clients, and I can't recommend it enough. It's perfect for local grocery stores, and it's actually perfect for any local store. It offers so many features that are super important for local businesses, and you can't find them in any other themes. I will list some of the local themes sections and features, and through this video, I'm going to show you how to set them up and how to use them. The first feature I want to talk about is the unique local pickup integration. And this feature is unique to this theme. With this feature, customers can know if an item is available in a certain location or not. The second type of features are cross-selling, and most importantly, cross-selling within blog posts. If you sell groceries, so most probably you are going to share recipes with your audiences. Imagine that you can cross-sell your products within those recipes directly by using this theme. Well, what you can do is to list your ingredients. When someone is checking your blog post, they can directly click on the ingredient and add it to cart. Well, this is something that you can do with a local theme, and I'm going to show you how to set this up later in this video. Third, this theme is made for large inventories, and you will notice this especially on their mega menu and on their product grids and collection grids. For example, their mega menu can go over 2 lines, allowing you to add more and more collections and sub-collections within your navigation, and this is something super important for grocery stores where you have a lot of categories and subcategories. And not only that, with this theme there is a feature that I truly love it, and I have used it before so many times, and it is the icon list. This theme allows you to show a list of icons in the product grids and within the product page. So you sell groceries, right? So you want to tell your customers if a product is vegan, if it's gluten-free, if it's organic, and so on. Using this feature, you can do this in a very nice and visually appealing way. And I'm going to show you how to use this feature later in this video. In addition to these specific features, local theme offer a lot of other features that are super important for any online business. Like for example, sticky add to carts, promotional pop-ups, free shipping bars, and so on. And we are going to see all of them in this video. But in here, I tried to point out the features that are the most essential for you as a local grocery store owner. It's fair to mention that this theme is actually the perfect theme for any local business, not only for grocery stores. So if you own a local business and you are looking to move your business online, I highly recommend you to continue watching this video and to apply the same things for your local business. And I'm super excited to announce that this video is being sponsored by the Crown Themes, the company behind the local theme. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video and for helping me to bring this theme to my audience, because I truly believe that this is the perfect theme for any local grocery business or any local business in general. Before moving to my screen and starting with the tutorial part, I want to tell you what you are going to learn in this video. First, I'm going to show you how to add your different locations to Shopify. Then I will show you how to set up your pickup and local delivery options. Then we are going to see how to build your online store, and most importantly, how to customize the local theme so you can profit from all of these features that we have discussed at the beginning of this video. So, as I mentioned before, the theme we are going to use in this tutorial is called the local theme. And in order to find it, just go down to the description and click on the link. We will start by installing this theme and adding it to our Shopify store. So you click on the link and you go in here and you click on try theme. It's very important to mention that you can try this theme and even check out all the sections and all the features that it has before actually buying it. So click try theme and that's it. So as you can see, now I have this theme installed to my Shopify store. I can't publish it because I'm only using that trial version, but it's fine. Once you finish working with it, you can purchase it before publishing it. So you click in here on customize. And the first thing we are going to discuss are the theme settings. Later on, we are going to go over all the special features that are strictly related to grocery stores. But for now, let's start with some general things that you need to know in order to customize any Shopify theme. So from here, you go to settings. And as you can see in here, you find the list of everything related to your general store settings. So first you have typography, and here you choose the fonts that you want to use for your store. You click on change and simply you select the font that you want. After that, if you scroll down, you will find options to change the fonts of different text on your store. So you have the body, you have the menus, and above in here we had the headings. Once this is done, you can also change the sizes of the fonts if you wish, like how big or small you want your headings to be, for example. Same for your body and same for your menu items. The menu items in here cover the text you will find in the header section. The body will cover all the text within the store, and the headings will cover mainly the headings. So if, for example, we go in here and we downsize this to 37, you will notice that the text in here is now smaller. However, this is a heading, so I want to keep it big. Okay? You can play around with these settings and change the fonts. The most important thing is to have something that's visually appealing and to make sure that you are using a font that's legible on all devices. Okay, after typography, we have colors. And this is very important for your branding. So each brand usually has like 5 or 4 colors in their brand book. So you need to use them within your store. It's very important to keep like the same brand feeling everywhere in your marketing, in your store, in your packaging, and so on. So in here you will see that the colors are divided in sections. So you have header, body, cards, buttons, and footer. And here you are basically changing the general colors of these sections. It's also very important to note that once we start building up the pages, like the homepage, for example, you will notice that you can change the colors of the sections or the buttons within the sections themselves. Usually this is the case with almost all Shopify themes. So if you didn't find any color in here, it's most probably in the section. So first we have the header, and as I said before, this is the header section. As you can see, if you activate the inspector from here, you can see the name of the section, and it's the header section. And basically in here, you are changing the colors of this section. So if I go in here and I put red, for example, the background will turn into red. Let's stick with white, it's better. Then we have the text and the accent. So I can, for example, go with red as well, just to show you the difference. Definitely not a good option, but the accent, I think it's maybe for less important elements. Let's put it a different color. I'm not actually sure what this changed. Maybe we need to investigate this a little bit more. I'm gonna keep it black for now and keep the text black for now. But basically, this is everything that you need to do in here. After that, you have the body, and this is related to the main text in your store. So you have like the background of the store, the text, also again the accent, and in here we have the cards. And this is actually a very important section in your Shopify store, and it's when you have a product card or a collection card. So this is what we call a product card, when you show a product with a price, the title, and the information. Okay, The collection card is something similar to it. So it's like this, for example. So basically in here, you are changing the colors of the cards. I don't mind the current ones. I'm gonna actually keep them as they are, just so you know what cards are, because we are going to talk about them a lot in this video. After that, you have the buttons shadow if you want to add shadow, and you have the footer, which is the section you will find at the end of your store. So it's basically this section in here, and you can change the color from here. Okay, after the colors, you have the layout, and mainly in here you are changing things related to the store layout on desktop or on laptops in general. So you have vertical spacing between sections, and you have the horizontal spaces between grids. So whenever you have a grid, this is the horizontal spacing you will have between the grid elements. Whenever you have like sections, this is the vertical spacing that you have. I think the current ones are good. Maybe I would minimize them later in the future, but for now I will keep these numbers as they are. Then we have borders, and again we have cards, buttons, forms, and so on. And as we said before, you just need to adjust these. So for example, if I go with the card option and I scroll up to my product card, if I make this 4, you will see that the border is now thicker. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 1 actually. Usually the default options provided by the theme are fine if you don't want to play around with them. The most important thing is to change the colors and to change the fonts, okay? But definitely these are things that you might want to like tweak a little bit in order to make your store look like you wish. So go over them one by one. And by the way, the more professional the theme is, the more options you will see in here. So if you are using a free theme, for example, like Dawn theme, you wouldn't find that much options. You won't be able to customize your theme as much as we can now with this theme. Okay, after borders, you have shadows. So this is also the same idea. If you want to add shadows, you play around in here with them. Then we have the product card. And this is a very important element in any Shopify store because this is where you list your elements. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the items in here. First, you have the media aspect ratio. And in here, you are defining the aspect ratio of the image in here. So you can choose to keep it natural. In this case, Shopify will be using the natural size of the photo. Well, the downside of using this option is that if you have, like, for example, different dimensions photos between one product and another, the grid won't be even. So one product will be like this, one product will be a little bit longer, or it will take a bigger vertical space. That's why instead of making it natural, I prefer to go with square. And if you have been following this channel for a while, most probably you know that I usually recommend my clients to always use the same photo dimensions to all of their products, because this makes the work way easier and the store much more professional. So always use the same dimensions for all of your images. In this case, you don't force the theme to crop the image, because now when we choose square, and if our photos, for example, are rectangular, the theme will be cropping our images to a square size, cropping the view actually, not the actual images, the view. So we don't have a lot of, let's say, saying of where the crop is going to be and what's going to show on the grid in here. So what I recommend you to do is to use the same sizes for all of your photos. So either make all of them square or make all of them 4x5 or whatever you want, but keep them all the same size. And do that before uploading them to Shopify, because it's way easier. Okay, so this is the aspect ratio. I'm gonna keep it square. And in here, you choose to fit media inside container. I'm actually going to select something in here to show something in here. So these things makes more sense. So I'm going in here to the feature collection, and I will choose a random collection from my store. So I'm gonna go with this collection as an example, okay? And going back to our settings in here, we will go, and instead of choosing square, I will take, for example, taller. And you will see that now we have like this image cropped. But if we click on fit media inside container, the theme will actually fit the image within the container. This is a very nice option, and whenever I'm using the local theme, I really like this option, because usually in grocery stores, you would have thousands and thousands of products. And if you are working on an already existing store, like what what happens usually with me, it's very hard to like modify all the pictures all at once and get them all square or all in the same ratios. That's why I find this option to be very, very valuable. So I will go back to the square option actually, and I don't think I need this one because I think my images are already square, but you would notice that when you click on this one, they become a little bit smaller because it's fitting the media within the grid. I'm gonna remove it and keep them as they are. In here you can change the spacing around the media when you choose the fit to media inside container option. So if I go in here to 15, you will notice that the spacing should be increasing. If you go to 0, it's gonna be better. I'm gonna remove this option anyway because I don't need it in this store. And in here you can choose to show second product media on hover, and this is actually an option that I really like. So if you have 2 photos and you hover over the grid, you will be able to see the second photo like it's happening in here. Okay, so this is a very nice option and I highly recommend you to choose it. Okay, after that you have like the product caption section, and it's related to this part in here. So you have like the text alignment, the title style. If I put it as center, the text would be centered. If I make it small, the text would become smaller. Okay, I'm gonna keep it large, actually, it's nice. And in here, you modify the buy button. Since all of these items are out of stock, we can see this button, but it's basically the button you would see in here to be able to order the product. And you can change between buy button or choose options if you have different variants for the product. Okay, and as you can see here, we have more options related to the colors. You can go around you want and change them, and you can decide to hide the border if you wish. I like to keep it in this theme. I think it is very important, especially when we add the icons in here and we would have like a lot of information below the images. So I prefer to like keep the border. I think it makes things look more tidy up, so I keep it. And in here we have the rating app, and you can choose which app you want to link in here. If you have been following this channel for a while, you would know that I usually recommend stamp.io for reviews. Also, Judge Me is a good app, but let's choose Stamp because usually this is the app I work with. And in here you choose to show or hide badges, and these are the badges I'm talking about. So if I click in here, they will be now hidden. And in here you can change the colors of the badges, you can change the discount badge color as well, show it as a percentage or as an amount. So if I click amount, you will see now that instead of having the percentage, I see the amount of money I'm saving. This choosing between these two options is actually a little bit tricky, and it depends on the actual sale you are making. If the sale is big, maybe going with numbers is better than going with percentages. But if the sale is small, maybe going with percentages is better because people take a little bit longer to understand like how much they are saving. And saying, for example, that you are doing 20% off is much more sexier than saying that you are like saving $1. Okay, so there are so many reasons of why you might choose percentage of amount saved and so on. Okay, and in here, and this is actually a super nice feature, you can add your own badges. So let's say, for example, you have an item on your store that's maybe it's super special, or it's a collaboration, or maybe they are your own like brand items. So if you are a grocery store, maybe you did white label some of the products in your store and you have your own brand on some of the products. In this case, maybe you want to add a badge saying this is our own product. So you can create the badge yourself. You put the name and the tag. So when a product is tagged with this tag in here, it means that it will show the badge that we have just created. So let's call this, for example, our product. And in here, the tag would be also our product. If I go to this product exactly, so I'm going to save. And if we go back in here to products and we search for this product, I will scroll and simply add the tag, which is our product, save it, and go back to the theme customization. So now when you scroll in here, we should be able to see this tag. So the custom badge wasn't showing, and I tried to understand why, and I discovered that you need to have everything like in small letters, so now no caps, for it to work. So I've created this tag and I tagged my products with this exact tag, and now the badge is showing. So if you want to use this feature, make sure that you are not using any caps in your tags. Okay, so after that you can add another custom badge, and as you can see, you can add up to 3 ones. After that, we have the dynamic icon list, and this is actually a super cool feature, and it's one of the features that I have talked about at the beginning of this video, and it allows you to add small icons within the product cart section. Let me show you the theme tutorial so you understand what I'm talking about more. So this is the local theme demo store, and if you scroll down, you will notice that within the product card, which is this element, we see these small icons in here. And these are actually very beneficial for anyone who's selling groceries, because especially nowadays people want to know if the products are vegan, if they are organic, if they are gluten-free, and so on. So having these icons in here is actually super user-friendly, and it helps your customers a lot, and also it makes like navigating your store way easier. When you are selling groceries, it means that you must probably have a very huge catalog. So adding these, like let's say tweaks here and there, will help your customers to navigate your store better and would help them to easily find what they are searching for. And this is super important to improve your store conversion rate and to improve your store user experience, and most importantly, to keep your customers happy and to help them in the best way possible. Now let's see how we are going to install these icons. The first thing I want to mention is that Crown, the company behind Local Theme, actually provides a very big library of icons that you can use. And not only that, you can actually change the colors from here to match your brand colors. And once done, you can download all of these icons in like different dimensions, and you can use them directly on your Shopify store. Okay, I'm gonna stick with black, and I will download some basic icons. So from here, I will go to this section. So I will start by downloading the gluten-free icon, and I want you, while downloading the icon, to name the files this way, and later on I will tell you why you should be doing this and how this is going to save you a lot of work in the future. So this one is the gluten-free one, so I'm gonna call it gluten-free. Okay, so I will continue my research and download some of the icons I need and get back to you. So now I have downloaded the icons and I have named them in this way. So as you can see, if it's a 2 words icon, I have a dash between the 2 words, and everything is small letters, no caps. Make sure to name your icons in the same way, and as I told you before, later in this video I'm going to tell you how this is going to save you a lot of time. So once this is done, we need to go back to our Shopify store, and from there we need to create meta fields. Okay, I have assigned this in here because this is a collection related to food, so it makes sense to have it in here, to have the icons in there. From your Shopify dashboard, I need you to go to settings, and from there you would go to custom data. And in here we are going to create our first meta field. So we are going to click on products and click on add definition, and we are going to name it, let's say, icon product icon 1 image. Okay, once this is done, you need to copy this key in here, and for the selected type you need to choose file and you need to choose image. Once this is done, you save and you go back in here, and within this product card section that we were changing, within the meta field option, you paste what we have just copied. We are going to do the same for the label, and in order for the label meta field to work, it needs to be a single line type meta field. So you go back in here, you click on add definition, and this time it's going to be product icon 1 label, and we are going to copy this in here, and for type, as I said before, we choose single line text and click on save. Going back in here, we paste the meta field in here. I know this seems a little bit complicated, but it's not. When you get used to it, you will notice how easy it is. Okay, going back now to our Shopify in here, if you go to product, you will notice that within your product page you have two new fields to fill that were not available before. So the icon image and the label. For the image, I'm going to choose the one that I have just downloaded, which is the gluten one. And as label, I'm going to put gluten. And click on save. So now I have these two assigned in here. What I need to do is to go back in here, go back to my sections actually, and choose this exact collection that I'm seeing. So this is an option that you need to activate every time you have a product grid, okay? It's not activated by default. So this is the featured section. If you are not that familiar with the Shopify editor, just a small tip. Usually on the left in here, you see all the sections that you have in the page you are checking in here. So first we have header, slideshow, which is this one, and next we have the featured collection, which is the one we are seeing in here. So as you can see now, we don't have any icons. In order to see them, we need to click on add a block, and we need to add the icons list block. And we can move it around as we wish. So I can put it, for example, in here and have it in here. So we only have one meta field showing because this is the only meta field that we have created. But if you continue and you create more meta fields, you will see more and more icons in here. Okay, let's do this one more time just to get better hold of it. So going back in here, custom data, products, add definition. So this is gonna be product icon to image. And I'm going to copy this. And for the type, again, we are going to choose files. And under it, make sure to choose only images and click on save. Back in here, we go to settings, to the product card, and we fill this field key in here under the icon. Okay, once again, let's do the label. So add definition, product, icon to label. And we are going to copy this key. For the type, it's going to be a single line type, and we click on save. We go back in here, we paste the label, and we click on save. Okay, we still need to fill those meta fields for this product in order for them to show. So we go back in here, and if we go back to the same exact product, scrolling in here, you click on the image, you select an image. Let's go, for example, with a nuts one. So let's do nuts free. And for the label, we are going to put nuts free. Okay, and if we go back in here and we refresh, we should be able to see the second icon as well in here. So as you can see now, we have the two icons. So now I want to show you something super cool, and it's related to why I told you to name your icons in the way I told you. So you go back in here to Shopify dashboard, and let's choose the sourdough product in order to modify it. So let's go to sourdough. And now I'm going to scroll to the meta fields, but I'm not going to enter the image. I'm just going to enter the label. So for the label, I'm going to put in here gluten. And I'm going to click on save. I will go in here and refresh. And as you can see, now I have this icon in here, although I didn't enter the image again. So if once you have your icons named properly, you just need to include the label, and all the images, all the icons will be showing properly. Now let's try with the second one, which is the nuts free. Click on save. And we will go back in here one more time and refresh. Okay, it may take a few seconds to load, but usually it loads super fast. So let's see if it's showing or not yet. One more refresh maybe. So now, as you can see, I have my two icons. This is a super cool feature because it means that it's going to save you a lot of time. So instead of having every time to choose the icon, you just need to enter the labels and that's it. So now let's continue working on our theme settings. After the product card, we have the favicon. So the favicon is a small icon you would see in here. You need to enter your brand favicon. After that, you have options related to the cart. So do you want it to be a page or a drawer? Definitely go with drawer. You can also modify other items or other settings related to the cart. I'm not gonna tackle them, but they are super easy. After that, we have maps. And in here, you can register your Google Maps API if you wish. And let's see what we have. In here you can like show breadcrumbs or not. Then we have some things related to SEO. You can go over them or keep them as default. Then you have the currency format if you want to keep it as it is. You have the social media links. If you want to enter them, definitely do that. And we have custom CSS if you want to change the CSS of the theme. This is it for the general settings of the theme. Now that we are done with the theme general settings, we are going to see how to set up the different stores within the local theme. And this is one of the nicest features about this theme, and one of the nicest features that you can benefit from as a grocery store owner with different shops, for example. The first thing we need to do is to define the different locations where you physically sell and where you offer pickups and deliveries. So we are going back to the Shopify dashboard, and this time we are going to settings, and we are going to a section called locations. And in here we are going to define our stores. As you can see, I have like some locations set up by default. I'm going to actually add a new one in front of you so you know exactly how to do it. You click on add location. You choose the name of the location. So let's call this location retail number 4. It's very important to note that this title is going to show on your store, so make sure to name it properly. Okay, and under the address, I'm going to put a random address. Okay, and a phone number, and click on save. Once this is done, I will click on save one more time. So as you can see, we have this in here checked. This means that this location actually is a part of your online business and people can actually order from there. Okay, now we need to activate the pickup and the local delivery option for this location. So what we are going to do is to go in here to shipping and delivery, and you scroll down in here to the local delivery option. As you can see, I have already assigned the local delivery for the existing 3 retails. I'm going to click and add the 4 retail. So I click on it, and this location offers local delivery. If you want to know more about pickup and local deliveries, I highly recommend you to check this video on my YouTube channel, because in there I explain these 2 topics in details and the difference between them and when you should be using them. So for the local delivery, you need to choose your, let's say, radius or your area. So either you use a postal code or you simply use an area, a radius. I'm going to go with this one. I will make it, for example, 30 kilometers or 100 kilometers, and the minimum order could be, let's say, 70, and the delivery price is, let's say, 6 or 5, and click on save. So this one, which is within the 10 kilometer, has no minimum order. The one that's a little bit far, way far, as actually requires a minimum order, and it has like a cost. Okay, and I will click on save. So now the local delivery option is available for the retail number 4. I need to activate the pickup option. So from here you scroll down and you go to pickup, and as well I have my 3 locations already set up in here. I will click, I will choose the retail number 4, and in here you will click on this location offers in-store pickup. You can change the time if you wish or keep it as 24 hours, and mainly that's it. You click on save. So now we have our 4 retails set up. What we need to do is to go and define them within our theme. So we go back in here, and I need you to go to the sections part and to make sure that you are on the home page, okay? And from there you need to scroll down until the end of the page, and from here under store selector you need to select the store. So you need to name them in the same way that you have named them in the Shopify locations. I'm gonna name them retail number 1, and I will do the same for the other ones. And as you can see, for every retail or every store you are adding, you can in here like change the information, the store hours, the things that your customers can find. Also, you can add a store image, even add the exact address of it, and everything, like to make it easy for your customers to find your stores. I'm not going to do that now. I will simply just add them in here, but definitely for your business you need to do that. And I will click on save. So now when you go back to your homepage and you check out, for example, the stores you have, you will see all of the stores listed. Okay, let me tell you more about this functionality. Let's see the demo store of this theme to understand even more. So this is the demo store, and as you can see in here, you can select a store. So let's say I select this store. When I do that, I can see all the availability or all the available items within this location. If I choose a different location, I will be seeing the availability in this location and so on. Okay, this is very functional and very, let's say, user-friendly for any grocery store. So I highly recommend you to set these locations up and to use this feature from this theme. So going back in here, we have set up our stores, and now we can see our, let's say, product availability based on the stores. Let's take a small example just to make things more realistic. So going back to the sourdough, I'm going in here to this sourdough, and I will actually edit locations. So I will make it available on all locations, but retail number 4. And I will make like some items available. So in here I have one item, and in here I will have like 0 item. Okay, so I will click on save. Okay, it's already saved. I'm going back in here. Actually, I will refresh. And as you can see now, I'm seeing retail number 1, the availability within the retail number 1. So when I scroll down, I can see that this item is available and I can buy it. Okay, if I go to retail number 3, for example, I can see that it's out of stock. Okay, so if I now go to retail number 4, I can see that it's also out of stock. I made this item unavailable for retail number 4, and I made the stocks to be 0 for retail number 3. It's still also very important to note that customers can still click the buy button, because actually the pickup option or the local delivery option is going to happen on the checkout page, and the theme can't like forbid them from trying to reach that point. But at least from here, they can see that this item is not available, so they need to choose a different store. Now that you know how to use this feature, let's talk a little bit more about the different sections that this theme offers and that you can use within your homepage. So now that we are done with the store pickup, let's see how we are going to customize our homepage. Okay, we are going to start by the header, and I want to talk a little bit about the menu in here. Since this is a grocery store, it means that most probably you have a very large catalog. And in here comes the importance of the huge mega menu that the local theme offers. If you go to the demo store in here, you can notice that when you choose category, for example, you can see the different sections of your menu, like the different, let's say, main category and subcategories. They are listed in here, and they can go over 2 lines, and this is very suitable, or 2 rows, and this is very suitable for any store with a huge catalog. Also, you have in here the promotional bar, which is amazing. You can use it. Well, if we go back in here to the customization, if you click on header in here, you can choose the menu that you want to show. I have created quickly a small menu with like some categories and subcategories, just to show you how this works. So now we have these 2 items. I'm going actually to my navigation to change one thing. So I will go in here, I will go to the menu, and I will click on shop. I will actually create a menu called shop, make it unclickable, and I will move it up in here. I know that many of you will think that I'm doing this too fast. I agree, because I can't cover everything in this tutorial. So if you want to know more about navigations and how to create your menus and how to create these different levels, I highly recommend you to check this video on my YouTube channel, because in this video I explain everything related to navigations step by step. So if you think I'm a little bit quick now, go back to this video, watch it, and you will know exactly what to do. Going back in here, I will save and refresh just to have like the menu updated. So now I have shop, and under it I have like the different levels. But I don't want them to show like this. I want them to show like this. So this is what we call mega menu. So going back in here, you need to click on add block and add a mega menu. This is gonna be different depending on the theme you are using, but for the local theme, this is how this works. In here, you put the menu handle, and now your menu has become a mega menu. You can also add a promotion block if you wish. So as you can see, it's now live. Okay, I recommend you to be as creative as you can with your collections and sub-collections, because this is a grocery store, and again, you would have most probably a very large catalog. With a grocery store that I have worked with and I told you before about, we have divided our products between types, between food types, between vegan and gluten-free, and so on. This screenshot will show you how we divided our products, and I hope it will get you inspired. After the header, you need to start modifying and working on your homepage. So the first element we have is the slideshow, and by the way, all of these elements came by default when we installed the theme. You can remove any of them if you wish, or you can keep them. It's up to you. The most important thing is to build them up properly. I'm going to create one section with you in details to show you how work with sections and blocks, and I'm going to go over the sections quickly just to give you an overview about what type of sections the local theme offers. So first we have the slideshow, and in here you need to enter a photo with your brand slogan and a call to action. So as you can see now, I already have 2 slideshows. When you click on the section, so this is the section, these are the blocks. When you click on the section, you have the settings of the section. So you can, for example, modify the height, the mobile height, you can auto rotate, you can do in here some things related to the alignment and so on, and here you have the colors. After this, in here you have the slideshow settings itself. So in here you select the image, and it's nice that you can choose between, you can choose a different image for mobile compared to the desktop. This is a very nice feature. I'm not going to do this now. I'm not going to select a mobile image, and when I skip selecting a mobile image, the theme is going to use this image for mobiles as well. And then here you change the content, and you choose a link to link for. I recommend you to link or to create an all collection page and link to it, unless you are doing some kind of sales or you have some new drop-in the store and you want to highlight them. In this case, you link directly to them. Okay, so this is for the slideshow. You just need to enter the information of both slideshows, and that's it. Just a small comment in here for the desktop height. I recommend you to go with medium. I think large is too big, so you can go with medium. Let's see it on full screen. It's super nice. You can also go with large, but I find that medium is, let's say, more elegant. So after the slideshow section, we have the featured collection section, and this is a section that we have actually seen before. We have even added the icon lists in here. So when you click on it, you can modify the title, you can add some elements in here, modify the colors, everything else, and also you can modify the blocks you want to showcase within your product card. So now we have price, title, icon list, rating, quick buy, and local availability. Let's see what else we have. We have vendor, and we have dynamic text if we want to add a special message or something. Okay, featured collection section is very nice. You can have it for bestsellers, for new drop-ins, for a certain collection that you want to highlight now, and put it in here. Okay, after that you have this shop the look section. I'm not sure you are going to use it, but you might use it if you are, for example, you want to showcase 2 products at the same time and you want to invite your customers to buy these 2 products. Let's see if in here in the demo store we have it. So yeah, as you can see, for example, in here we have these 2 products that we want them to shop. So this is the shop the look section, and this is the section you can set up in here. So you can choose an image, and after choosing an image, you can choose products, and you allow your customers to directly add them to cart. Well, this product is not available, that's why it's not showing a button. Okay, and if you continue scrolling, you will find more and more sections. I will click in here on add sections to show you the different sections and discuss them. So the featured collection section is something we've talked about. The featured product is when you want to highlight one product on your homepage. I usually don't use this section at all. The collection list is this section in here where you list all of your collections, and you are going actually to use this one because most probably you have a very huge number of collections. And this is an example about how you can use this collection list. Okay, so if we go back in here, we have rich text. This is a very important section if you want to add a message or something. Slideshow, we have discussed this. Email sign up, it's a simple section to invite people to sign up to your newsletter. You have contact form, video, custom HTML, blog posts, content toggles. If you want to create like if an FAQ or something like this, you can do it in here. It's super easy to install. You just edit and you change the content from here. Okay, you just need to play around a little bit with this editor to be familiar with it. It's quite user friendly. Okay, after this you have image and image comparison, and that's it. What I want you to most focus on is how to showcase your different collections and sub-collections within this homepage, because this is the most important thing about your grocery store. You want to make sure that your customers can easily find what they are searching for. Okay, after the homepage, let's move to the product page. And this is actually where there are some very nice features from the local theme that can help you as a grocery store owner. First, let's start with the product page section in here. So we have the image and we have all of this content. What I want actually to add is the icon list, and it's the same icon list that we have used or we have seen on the product card. Let me change this one to a product with these metafields filled. So as you can see now we have the icon list. I need to fill in the content. So let me remove the title. I don't want to call it. For the icon number 1, instead of uploading the image, I want to select a dynamic metafield. Because if I upload the image in here, this image will show, or this icon will show on all products, but this is not the case. If a product is gluten-free, I don't want to show the gluten, let's say, icon in there. So what I'm going to do is to actually like link to my metafield, and in here I will link to the label. These are the same metafields that we have created previously, so I will select this and this. And as you can see, my icons are showing in here. I will move this one up above. And now they are showing in here. This is actually super nice for people who sell groceries, because we all know how much your customers care about this. Also, in the product information section, there is another feature that I like you to use, and it's called the pickup availability, and it shows us if a certain product is available in the locations or in the different stores or not. This feature is very beneficial for any grocery store, and I highly recommend you to use it. It's very similar to what we have seen in the homepage. You just need to set up your locations properly and to manage your inventories directly from Shopify in order to make this feature functional. Next, we are going to talk about the nutritional fact tab, and it's a very beneficial tab that you can use in order to show the product information. So you click on add block and you choose nutritional information. And as you can see, this is gonna look like this. It's actually usually looks like a table. Let me save. Yeah, it looks like a table. You just need to enter those information in the right format. To know more about the format that you should be used, just click here on learn more, and you can read like the tips within the documentation of the theme. It's very important also to note that if you want to make this dynamic, because most probably you want to make it dynamic because it's different from one product to another, what you need to do is to create a rich text metafield and to link to this metafield in here and start filling this metafield within each of your products. Well, in here within the product page, you can find so many interesting like blocks, like for example, complementary products in order to recommend complementary purchases to the original purchase. You can, for example, show progress dots chart, and you can use it for multiple things. For example, you can use it to show how hot a certain product is or not, so you can use it. And you can also have other things like empty spaces, tabs for information, and everything in here can be made dynamic, so you can use metafields in order to make those tabs product different and product based. And for the remaining of the page, you just need to click on add section and add as many sections as you wish. Okay, but since this is a grocery store, you can keep it simple, like include the product information, product recommendations, and that's it. Now the final feature I want to talk about, and it's related to the local theme, and it is the ability to cross-promote your products within blog posts. And this is actually very beneficial, especially if you share recipes and you share an ingredient list and you want to make sure that your customers can directly purchase the products listed in the list. So how to do that? Well, from here you go to online store, you go to blogs, and we are practically creating a recipe. So I'm gonna call it recipe 1, and I will write anything in here, but the most important thing is that I'm going to, for example, list my product number 1, product number 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to the product I want to mention. I will copy this part, just this part, and I will go in here, hyperlink this word, and put this link in here and click on insert link. And then I just need to save. Now when I go back to online store and I click on customize and I go to the blog section, I need you to go to article, to content, and make sure that this is activated, okay? If it's not activated, the feature will not work. And now you click in here and you can see that my product is popping up. If I deactivate this option and I click in here, it's going to take me to the product page. But if I activate this option, it's going to pop up directly within the blog post. Thank you so much for watching this video and for staying up until the end. I truly appreciate that. Before leaving, and if you liked this video, don't forget to smash the like button, to subscribe to my channel, and to hit the notification bell, because in this way you will get notified every time I publish a new video. See you soon. Bye bye.